Hey, warm summer greetings, area ministry directors for Ratio Christi and the Whitchurch region. That includes you, Maureen Searchez in Michigan, Andy Folan in Indiana, David Holdcroft in Kentucky, and Anna Kitko in Tennessee, as well as Eric Chabot and Carla Brown in Ohio. I probably have heard, you've probably heard that I'm at home with a bad case of shingles. It's true. Next week, I'm supposed to be in Utah representing our region, and I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. I hope I can. There's some great people I want to join up with there. But I was hoping you might be able to help me out by sending me a brief 2-minute video that describes A, just your full name and where you're ministering, and B, every staff worker's full name that you have that's a full-time chapter director or part-time chapter director or acting chapter director, if they're faculty like Josh Welch or Lonnie Welch, or a student leader that doesn't have a chapter director that's working with a chapter, and the full name of the schools where we have groups that are connected with Ratio Christi, either fully affiliated or in very close fellowship with us. That would be so helpful. And then secondly, if you had 10 high EQ master's degree in apologetics fully funded staff tomorrow, where would you place them in your state for maximum input? Would you put them at a school where there's a medical school and a law school, or put them in a place to be a team approach at a campus or needs a second staff? Or would you pioneer a new school, and if so, which schools would be the top ones that you would consider placing these staff? That would be helpful information for both where we are and a little bit of vision for prayer for your area. Secondly, when you make the video, if you could wear some Ratio Christi clothing, that'd be fun. Or if you have some Ratio Christi bling, or maybe a brochure you're going to be using in new student outreach at tabling, or a book that you published on apologetics, or maybe a flyer of a big event that you're having. I know that Ohio State is bringing in the performing arts guy to do the reluctant convert on C.S. Lewis and other outreaches, or it might be fun to see that associated with your state and with your area. I'm going to be doing one for Pennsylvania, for West Virginia, and for Virginia. And I'll just give you an example. So here goes Pennsylvania. Currently, we only have one chapter director in Pennsylvania, and he's trying to start a chapter at Lycoming. His name is Tyler Henry. The chapter's not taken off yet, but he's still persevering with a faculty person in the sports department and available to students. Hopefully, it will take off this year. But Pennsylvania is not completely bleak. We have a strong student leadership with Alex as president and Joseph Wolcott as vice president at Grove City College in Pennsylvania. They have weekly meetings. They've done outreaches. They do some tabling. And one of their student leaders, has a friendship with another student at Messiah University, also in Pennsylvania. Her name is Jessica China, and she has a makeshift constitution, no chapter director. She's pretty much the acting chapter director as a sophomore. She has a group of students put together for a team to start Ratio Christi at Messiah. And we have a couple of new staff that have come across to us from another ministry, Rick and Katie James, that are going to be working with our editing of our booklets and getting more booklets for use in outreach. But they, as far as I know at this time, are not working as chapter directors in Pennsylvania. If I had 10 staff for Pennsylvania, I would probably put 2 of them at Pennsylvania University in Philadelphia. I would probably put 2 at Penn State. I would probably put 1 at Grove City. That's up to 5. I'd probably put 1 to join Tyler Henry to have a team approach for Lycoming. And I'm not really sure where else I would put staff in Pennsylvania at this time. Probably at Carnegie Mellon as well, and maybe even 2 there, because that's a good state school. But that still leaves me with 2 more staff to place, and I'd have to do a little bit more research. But those would be high priority targets for Pennsylvania. If you guys could send me something like that, just 2 or 3 minutes max, and telling me about your state, where we're located, full names of campuses, full names of staff, and where you would prioritize placing 10 new staff if you had them. That would be so helpful for prayer, for getting the word out and sharing that with the other regional directors, even if I can't be there in Utah, and I'm hoping to be there. Anyway, if you could just draft something off for me real quick and post that video, I'd sure greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for your prayers, too. I'll shake this shingle quickly. Bye-bye.